Well, it's all a game, and it's sad, and it's unfortunate because this is the land of the free. And while 4 years ago we were so concerned about free speech, as Twitter and Facebook and Instagram is shutting down every word that they feel like you're not allowed to say.
That's the thing, because they control those channels. They control those companies. And so he lots of corporate.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he just hasn't got their team, but they're doing a massive investigation on him too. Now all of a sudden, one of the richest men in the world is under investigation.
Well, they all surrender.
So this can't control me. I'm under investigation.
Yeah, you see, it's a very common narrative when somebody, Andrew Tate, for example, like that dude is still sentenced out indefinitely without a charge.
Take three. Now let's back here right now. From
Oh my God, guys, we this is take number 3. We have technical difficulties. We will not blame it on Chris Corn on the Cob, but hey, it is Chris Corn on the Cob's fault. So thank you very much, Chris, for your technical incompetence. Anyway, what? I'm sorry, Chris, I love you. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to Talk Hard. We like to call it TikTok sometimes. No, seriously, welcome to Talk Hard Podcast. We are live right now in Wuhan, China.
I like it. I like that.
We flew all the way to China today to bring you a special show on a special topic on perhaps, I think it's getting downplayed a lot. I think the whole deal, the potential ban of TikTok is really getting downplayed. But we're going to talk about TikTok today. We're going to talk about the potential play and
So like I said, so we flew here to meet with the CEO. He's in America.
yeah, he's in America. He's actually doing congressional hearings in our Congress with our founders. That's what I said.
She was media, no, I get it.
Okay, wait, yeah. So he's in America. We didn't know that when we got on the plane.
It's a beautiful place.
We did some research while we were on the plane with the incredible Wi-Fi that our plane has. Anyway, guys. Oh my God, that was so embarrassing though. Anyway, I forget where we went on the first one.
TikTok?
Yeah, the Tic-Tac.
Yeah, the TikTok.
Yeah, that's an actual quote. Like one of the congressmen called it Tic-Tac.
TikTok.
And I would love to give you the quote verbatim, but basically he said, every time I turn on the Tic-Tac, all I see is gay people dancing, gay guys and transsexuals dancing around.
So my God.
Does he not understand?
I feel like that's the same guy. I was like, sir, I need you to be Porsche. And he would come back and be like, sure, that's not Porsche in the Mercedes.
I mean, does it not? What I got from this whole congressional hearing, first and foremost, is that the congressmen are all incompetent. They know nothing about social media. They know nothing about TikTok. And they know nothing about algorithms, because that dude does algorithm stuff. Because I don't know. Do you know about the algorithms?
I definitely know that.
When you look at something, you search something, you like something, that's what shows up on your For You page. So that dude just basically told himself, yeah. All I see is the gays dancing.
And hey, to each their own. We covered this. I'm not against it, but don't be. This is what I was struggling with.
Oh my gosh.
I thought we weren't doing that.
Oh, but they can when it's so their narrative. You know what I mean? That's what it. If you watched any of it, man, that's all. Like everything they were saying, them were just asking me questions, and of course, not listening to any of the answers. They were completely dumbfounded by how TikTok uses our data and does tracking. Again, shows their incompetence and their ignorance. So does every other social media, Google, Facebook.
I'm going to be wrong. The last time I checked, the iPhone was made. So I feel like if we were that concerned, we might want to change where the majority of cell phones, including Samsung and Apple and all our TVs and all of our listening devices in general, will right about it. Like,
we're not. That's the thing. Like that. Let's get down to it. That's absolutely correct. Like if they wanted to do any kind of thing, they everyone doesn't have an iPhone.
no, it's something. Chris, it'd be like you said.
We all refuse this.
His phone was more than likely silly because it occurs the reality of China is that's where a lot of high quality stuff is produced. They brought over here so we can make a stupid amount of money. That's what we do. In Japan,
You're not talking about sweatshops.
I mean, like, look, I'm not for it, right? But I can't control that. So I'm not going to not sell a product. I'm not going to not make money because I can't control that. If I legitimately knew about some things like the alleged parts of Nike and what they were doing, like, I don't really support them that much. But at the same time, I need to wear some effing shoes.
Yeah.
And I don't know that. I know what people say. And what I know about people is that they take their beliefs on what they think about things, and then they run with it. This is how they actually
You need to rent in India, just so y'all know.
Atheists are made all these whatever just.
Well, this is a Yeezy, my friend. Okay?
Go ahead.
But anyway, I just think, like, people's looking at, you guys got to ask yourself why. Why does the and this is bipartisan too.
This is what bothers me the worst.
This is bipartisan. This is unanimously Republicans and Democrats, left and right, all of them having the same conscience on this, is that we have to ban TikTok. And they're telling us it's because they're stealing our data and they're tracking us. Well, okay, first off, that's bullshit, right? That's not the reason. Well, it's not even close to the reason. I hope some of you go over and check out that hearing, because it was just embarrassing to watch them. It was like literally, that's on a worldwide public broadcast. Like, the world saw that.
and everything else that we do. So what I'm wondering is, if it is about national security, then why does the news show actual documentaries of how our Navy SEALs train? I mean, maybe I'm just a little confused, but I'm a little more concerned with them knowing breaching techniques and all the other variables of our actual weather team.
What are weather balloons? China weather balloons got that fly across the United States.
Still, you spied the American.
That's probably what they're saying. I mean, one of the questions the guy asked was like,
to take that update over an update. And it was John to make the TikTok freezing right now is because we thought that.
yeah. So, I mean, one of the questions was honestly, like, they asked us, I don't know which one it was, but he said, does TikTok have access to your home's Wi-Fi? Like, how embarrassing is that's our country. That's our leaders. That's the people that are representing America. But the brass tacks is simple. It's very simple to me why this is even happening. They don't care about our data. If they care about our data, look, I got a stat here. I just calm down. Meta was fined $276 million for leaking users' data. Meta, Facebook, Instagram. That was in 2021.
Yep.
Facebook gave data access to a Chinese firm, right, that the United States had earmarked. Like a Chinese firm that we had earmarked that is in cahoots with the, what is it? The Chinese, I don't know what it's called. Anyway, that's one thing. That's two things that they did. They were talking about they mentioned the word, like, all these trending challenges that these kids are doing.
Okay.
Like, I think when the Tide Pods on Facebook,
Yep.
Planking,
What did you say?
parkour, planking and parkour.
Planking and parkour. Yes, mine.
is that sexually?
See that for real? Planking it, gym rat.
Oh, wait, like exercise planking?
On bring them on
Elbows, all of that.
Yeah.
Except people were doing it in dangerous spots.
Not like ever. Yeah. I'd be peeing myself for it.
Regardless, there has been 15 occasions where somebody has unlived themselves on Facebook or off somebody else. I'm using correct terminology here, so we don't get shit.
Yeah.
15 different occasions where it's happened on Facebook. Never happened on the other. And Facebook actually is public knowledge, sells our data that they gather from us, which is no small amount of data that Facebook uses, and Instagram and Meta Universe and all that. They sell it to 150 different companies.
Of course you.
150 different companies.
Look at the op.
So the only reason, this is my stance, and the only reason this is happening is because, look, man, Facebook is huge, Google is big, what's really happening here is TikTok is completely crushing Facebook, Instagram, Google, it's crushing them. They're getting all the ad spends. People are actually spending money on TikTok because all the money, it works. Yeah, it works, right? It works. Like, they're spending money on TikTok because their message gets out there. Their business, like, this is what's important. Like, a lot of people use it for their business.
I have a theory, but I haven't done any research. I just know history from the past. Back in the day, I used to know somebody who was related to a Chinese business owner, because if I'm concerned about anything, it's how much land they owe here, not about TikTok. Oh, that's my actual concern. But what I knew, what our trade agreement used to be, was the tax breaks from China and America was if you were a China-based company operating in America, your tax break was so low you hardly paid anything. So I think it's about money. Well, they're making stupid amounts of money, and the government's not reaping as many rewards as they want if our trade agreement is similar to what it was when we were trying to work things out with China. And I don't know where it stands, to change every other day. Sure. But I know there used to be a massive tax break because we wanted to bring a bunch of stuff in from China, so the companies that were here would get a break.
I think our former, if you will, he was actually in the midst of working on that. You know what I mean? Working on that deal, that national deal with China. And I forget what it was. His code hit right after he did that. So there wasn't a lot of conversation about it. But conveniently. But yeah, China owns 384,000 acres in America. Giants to own Yosemite, which is a national park. 384,000 acres. Yeah. And there's a couple of them that are right near Air Force bases. Texas, yeah, one.
Yeah, but I'm talking about what the children. Yeah, that's right.
Metaphor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't personally understand the level of problems that we have in this country in reality. Start with the one that we're passionate about: overdose. We're having a massive drug problem epidemic in this country. Let's call it like we had never seen. Okay? But for the people that think that it's nothing in the client, it's a problem, it's a big no. Cool. I'll dig in your lingo and say it's a problem. Okay. You call it whatever you want to, I don't care. It's a big problem.
Well, let's just look at a number here, right? Being very cut and under, right? We're looking at least 225,000 deaths every year attributed to alcohol and drug-related overdoses. Absolutely. And that's not counting the heart diseases and all the complications that come with drug addiction, right? That's just the bare minimum. He died of alcohol. He died of an overdose.
Do you want to go after China for something and running go after them for the production of fentanyl?
or you know how it comes in, right? So this is a pretty good fact, and there's two different ways. One, of course, you'd actually pretend savvy, you'd be able to order it on the internet, but you can't, like with the other web, if you will. And in one, it's going from China to Mexico and didn't walk right in. There's no border control. And so that's why the Mexican cartels are the ones who are bringing in the fentanyl. Yes, of course, they're getting it from China, right? It's cheap. It's dirt cheap.
So I'm still trying to understand that, like, when I heard that this was happening, I just calmed, because I'm thinking to myself, this is what we're focusing on. I feel like they need to steer the narrative right now because things are looking poorly for politicians in general, because our country is feeling very let down as a whole. I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat, our leaders have let us down, period. And it is very well seen on the TikTok platform. People have a very loud voice on there, and it is not controlled by the same regulations. So they can't control what gets out there.
Let's put it like this.
This is like the worst media source on the planet for politicians.
Yes, right. I mean, I got an example of that. Right. First, you're exactly right. That's exactly what I do. So, and of course, the Meta, Facebook, Instagram, and Google, they're mad. They're not getting all the ad spends that they got, right? So, and they are very powerful. So, 1,000%, I'll mark this as a fact check. 1,000%, they're lobbying politicians to make this happen. Secondly, I'm sorry, this is a fact too, and this is why I think it's undershot. TikTok is the last free speech. You got people, there's communities on here. I get enough of my information from TikTok, and that may seem sad, but it's, I get a lot of factual stuff from TikTok.
What trips me out is how fast they are.
And
In the way their algorithm works with getting stuff on your feed that is relevant. Like, I found out about the Ohio train derailment. I found out about the Nashville shooting way before the news ever saw it.
And way before, I promise you, if it wasn't for TikTok, they would have never even talked about it.
No,
But it started getting out because
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It is showing how for our leadership as a whole, Republicans, Democrats, again, personally, I don't care. People are people at the end of the day. I'll talk to you whether you're independent, Democrat, or Republican. I don't personally care.
Gotcha.
So I'll talk to you either way. We can have a heated discussion. At the end of the day, we can be friends. I don't really care. We can agree to disagree.
Facts are facts.
I'm fine with that.
Facts.
You can believe what you want to believe, I believe, but I don't believe we can talk about it. But this is proving the poor leadership in our country as a whole by the way that they're calling it out and being like, this is how you guys should get information freely, openly, and fast.
Yeah.
That's what we want, and they're seeing that, and they're going, crap, we can't control the narrative nearly as much anymore.
Because we control Facebook and we control Google and we control these other things, right? We don't have free walls. See, it's probably a good one. It's probably good information. It's probably, but that's the thing. It's like you wouldn't have known about the Ohio derailment. You wouldn't have known about so many things other because the media is, you know, the mass corporate media that we already watched. They tune into those damn channels and they believe everything. They sit there like sheep and like, oh my God, yes, all this stuff. They like, and then you get on TikTok and you get to see outside perspective. You get to see facts and get to see people all over the world talking about that. For instance, do me a favor. This is a challenge for you, for everybody watching. After this show, go to Insta and type in, search the word France. Okay? I will tell you what you'll see because for the show, right? You type in the word France right now. You can do it. Type in the word France in Insta. What you will see is beautiful pictures of Paris and skyscrapers and buildings and
Lots of bright
and nice sunsets, right?
and I had a pretty good,
You know what I mean?
stuff on TikTok.
Right. And you'll see all this beautiful, you know, the layout of the country in Paris and Eiffel Tower and all this good stuff. Go to TikTok, right, immediately afterward and type in the word France and see what you see. And this is my example of how the freedom of speech is not controlled by the narrative, by the world elites, what they want you to see and what they don't want you to see. I mean, they don't want you to see that.
No.
But they don't want you to see what's actually going on there, right? The same thing. You type in the word France in TikTok, so everyone knows these is burning cities and rioting and looting and garbage in the streets. The Eiffel Tower, you know, the buildings around it, the streets are full of garbage. They don't want you to see that. And they can control it on Instagram, but what you see. And they can control it on TikTok, what you see. And control TikTok.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, that's it. Well, politicians in general, it is always a control thing. It is always a control thing. When you sit at a seat that high, and we have seen this from every president, period. I'm not even going to play that game. Trump pardoned a bunch of people because he has the power to do that. Your old Obama made Dukes of Hazzard off the air, even though I wasn't even where it was going here. But still, that's the Maria where he was like, no more, shut down that channel. Cool. He also made lesbian marriage legal, which apparently Biden reinforced. I was wrong. I was a little confused on that one. I'm not.
Did you? Have you not seen the thousands of clips where he's like, "We want it, Mr. Biden. Marriage is between a man and a woman. It is not. States do not have the power." And then now he's president. Oh yeah, I'm all for it.
They're signing the bill to reinstate the original bill. I made it legal because I remember when this happened, and I thought it was great. You can marry your dog for all shit.
I know. don't care. Welcome to America, baby. We're
Enjoy
free.
your life. Do what you need to do. Stay home. It's your closed doors. Do whatever you want to do. That's how I will always stand. I am a Christian. That doesn't matter.
No.
I'm aware of what the Bible says. I have a different belief in how that was taken, and I personally still feel like, but also the Bible says that's your cross to bear. So you worry about you. If you're doing things in love, you're fine with me. We're good. Agreed. But again, it's the level of mockery and just pure, like, you guys are dumb and we're going to expose you for it and nobody can stop it. They do all these fun little memes and they do all these fun little things where they're calling out people and they're doing things and they can't stop it. They have no control over it. That is their biggest problem. And secondary to, I believe, money. I believe that TikTok is not influenced by trying to lobby politicians. And so they're like, well, we need our cut, right? This is like a giant mob. We need our cut. So we're going to bully you. We're going to come to your storefront. We're going to beat up a few of your people. And we're going to say, we're coming to collect.
We're coming to collect every week. Right. Better have my money.
Yeah.
But it's better have my money.
Exactly.
Well,
it's all a game, and it's sad, and it's unfortunate because this is the land of the free. And while 4 years ago we were so concerned about free speech, as Twitter and Facebook and Instagram is shutting down every word that they feel like you're not allowed to say.
that's the thing, because they control those channels. They control those companies. And so he not took over.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he just hasn't gathered steam, but they're doing a massive investigation on him too. Now all of a sudden, one of the richest men in the world is under investigation.
Well, they all surrender.
So this man can't control me. I'm under investigation.
Yeah, you see, it's a very common narrative when somebody, Andrew Tate, for example, like that dude is still sentenced out indefinitely without a charge, and in that country he can say indefinitely for 6 months without a charge. That's crazy. But anyway, different.
That's other big things.
Yeah, they don't like you. They cancel you. They shut you down. They come for your money. They try to make you.
Is there a show Scandal?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's all about politicians. They're dirty, and I'm like, you don't just make that stuff.
Wag the dog. Ever seen that one?
Wag the dog Collins. It's just it shows the reality of what is going on with politicians in America. I have been around them in certain businesses that I've been part of and seen firsthand some of the stuff that goes on, and it is disturbing, shocking, flat out scary.
It's just like another day in the office for them. Then what they do realize, and what you guys need to realize too, is there's 150 million Americans who are on the TikTok channel, and that's half of America, right? And 150 Americans who are on it, and I don't know how many businesses operate from it, how many people make money from it, and that's not it too. It's like they don't like it, they make money off of it. You know what I mean? But you hear who does? Here's the serious. Here's the thing. Oh, Mr. He looks like he's such a bad human being. Zuckerberg, I'll call you out and you can come see me. Anyway, he right before the congressional hearing, right before the talk about banning TikTok, he sent out a message to all of his creators who are making money off of the reels and whatnot. You know, that was kind of their big leap in to try to get into the TikTok, where it was little short video reels. Right. And he was paying creators for that. But he sent out a message right before this all happened. It's like, hey, we're no longer, after the end of the month, we're no longer paying for reels. And you guys, that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? Awesome. So that was that. Well, that's what it is. Well, you got musicians, you got people who run businesses from. But the thing was, the reason he started paying for the reels was so he could compete with TikTok. Right? He wanted to try to, like, I'm getting buried. I'm getting smashed. Like, TikTok is killing me. Okay, so what can we do? Well, we're going to try these reels. They're short videos. Everybody likes short videos. Okay, that's a good idea. We're going to pay people to do them. If they can get so much going on with it, we'll give them money for it.
For a businessman that is that smart, I'm a little shocked. Because even TikTok works because it's one platform, all video for the most part. You very rarely see pictures. You can't just pump reels into Instagram when I can't just scroll freely through them and see them.
Well, I mean,
Not in the same platform. I have to go into certain sections and get into it's that's not just TikTok.
well, that's why he's start paying. Yeah, you know what I mean. Start paying people decent money for it, right? If you
Open shop price drop.
But then he obviously heard about the TikTok ban before the world did because he sent that letter out saying we're done. And there's no way he would have done that unless he knew his competition was gone, right? Like, I don't need to pay you guys anymore because I'm shutting down TikTok.
Right.
The simple fact is, like, I think it would be first off,
I'll have employment. He gets Facebook. Then I have to get the
maybe right. Anyway, it came on. Anyway, that's protect.
I feel like I just got fired.
What? You know, so as we know, Twitter was they could control you on Twitter. They could control you on YouTube. They can control, and then YouTube doesn't say thing. They're trying to compete with TikTok, so they made the shorts, and you get paid for the shorts, right? So everybody's trying to compete with this company that's just smashing them all. So what do? They all get together. They start lobbying some politicians and try to shut it down. Okay. But I think if we lose TikTok, we're going to, one will hopefully they'll just come up with a new company. 1,000%, right? Hopefully we can have another app that's not controlled by the powers to be in this country that allow free speech on either side of the platform, whether it be left or right, Democrat, Republican, it doesn't matter. It's free speech, right? But I think if it shuts down, I think it's going to be detrimental to this country. Maybe even further than this country. You know what I mean? Because
It's going to cause a lot of people to lose hope.
lose that money.
But there's a lot of people that don't make money yet that are seeing opportunity. I posted a video,
What's it going to do to the OnlyFans girls?
but that's only kids. Around their stuff on.
What are they going to advertise?
Stare me though. That is just one more area.
But you know what I mean? It's like all these
Yeah.
companies out there
But there are people right now that are. I mean, like I said, I posted a video. I've gotten a lot of comments on it. This has been the most interactive video that I posted, and it gets more interaction than in any other social media platform I have, and people interacting amongst each other.
Yes.
And when you go on it, and if you're not seeing what you want to on the algorithm, you could go in and do certain searches and do things to twist the algorithm to get what you want. So I first up and I was like, whatever. Right? I know it's like 40-year-old dude. Let's show him a bunch of chicks. So I'm like, okay, stop all that crap. Now I gotta start searching things. So I didn't do anything with it.
Search settings and white things.
Right. So I had to like switch the algorithm to get like cool car stuff, funny motivational videos, regular motivational videos, where I'm watching other big platforms show up and get Tony Robbins all the way to Wes Watson to like all these different people. But I had to start going into the algorithm and getting it to do what I want.
Yeah.
Facebook and Instagram don't do that.
We'll just get the dude out of himself. Anyway.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like he either is flat out switching. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. But what I'm saying is there are people that are seeing it work very well for other people. Like very well. Wes Watson has been on YouTube for a while since TikTok. In my opinion, I don't know the data, but I've seen him explode on like a whole different level on all platforms because TikTok put his face out there way more than YouTube does.
So that's
Talking
my
about a dude
point.
that did 10 years in prison
That's my point.
and has now gone to a motivational level that is bringing hope to others.
Not only
That's
that,
what I'm saying.
Not only that,
hope.
and not only that, making good money off of it.
Yeah.
Having a business.
And making the people that aren't making that yet feel like they can for once.
Musicians, people with small businesses,
Yes.
all these different things that ultimately have a huge impact if that was to disappear.
Because it's like all the people that missed the YouTube chain, that missed the first chain of layer, Musically and all these other things that were making the young creators blow up. People that missed that, this is the second hope.
Yes.
Because it catches on and it sees your dedication and it watches your interactions and it actually cares about what you're doing on the platform. It's not what we can control you do.
And that's the thing. Nobody else can figure out the algorithms, the Facebooks, the Instagrams, the TikToks. They might can figure out their algorithms. They're that much superior. They cannot figure it out. They don't know how to do it. But secondly, just as important as that, where the hell are we going to get our information that's real? You know, if we're dependent upon YouTube, I can carry your opinions. You know what I mean? If we're dependent upon YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, the news, then we're gonna be this damn country of idiots who believe the lies.
I can see Romo stepping up, and hopefully they do if this happens.
Yeah, I just hope it. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be worse than what is being portrayed. It's gonna be worse to this country. It's gonna be worse to the economics of this country than what we really understand.
What I don't understand is when Trump first heard about it and was concerned without all the data, he talked about it.
Yeah.
Now you're xenophobe, you're racist, all these things. And everybody backed it.
What was that? 2000.
So now all of a sudden, it's okay.
No, now it's
Yet if I said something that could be considered racist back in the day when it was just joking,
If you said you're gonna take TikTok and we should ban it, that's racist.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's cool. And it's like now all of the things back then is now okay now because again, they're losing their key player in the game. Information that is controlled by whatever leader it needs to be. Same leader. So they're trying to get along. They're saying, okay, we'll get along more better. They're from China. Yeah, from China. I got this trouble where he was China. I mean, just
He said, why you saying it's from? Why are you calling it out? Because it's China.
yeah. But here's the thing is, to my understanding, and I don't know this for sure, but originally it was strictly child-based. The agreement that was made then was you had to have a U.S. face.
And they did.
And so they started, okay, cool, we'll do that. And hired a little bit more.
They have 7,000 employees here in America.
Yeah, so they hired a Chinese CEO, you know, he's smart and understands it.
But he actually went to college here in America.
That's what, yeah, like he is legit American.
Yes.
He also has ties to people in China. So if there's somebody that I want
Singapore.
making that connection, it is somebody that lives here that doesn't want to die in this country.
I felt really bad for him. Like he did a very great and good job in remaining professional. Even though if I was him, I could laugh at my ass off. Every question
I wanted to do a TikTok where I act as him, but I was afraid of be seen as racist. As they like ask a question, and I would just be like, "I'm sorry, I need to dumb down. Do you think I got a block? Not all. Anything that makes me stupid right now, like, man, it just won't drop this low.
I can't.
I don't know. That's like asking me to spell a 3-letter word. I don't understand. It's very tough to watch the battle going on through them trying to. I don't know what are we doing? Like, what are we really doing? Guys, I know this is off script and just something we wanted to talk about, but it is important to our mental health. It is important to our informational value system. I believe to our freedom, to everything that this country originally stood for about business development, entrepreneurship. It's what created America, and one of the biggest platforms currently today to be a entrepreneur is social media networks. Because I have spent thousands of dollars on other platforms and gotten zero return.
Yeah.
And you can say blah blah blah. You didn't do it right. Okay,
I did it correct.
I didn't like what was being pushed because of how they read it.
No, I did it correctly, and I was in the time of when their algorithms were a lot better.
Yeah.
And they actually care about making sure that your stuff got seen. And then they changed it all because they're like, nope, we're not doing this no more. We're not giving it away for free or pay us a lot of money. And, even that doesn't work.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
Like the yellow page is what it used to be beats and all of a sudden like, you mean, like, for a page in the book of this thick. You out of your money?
thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, man,
We'll be on TikTok. What's your TikTok handle?
shoot. Okay, my TikTok handle is Marty Norman Media. If you want to go check it out, got lots of clips on there. And this is Guided Growth LC.
Yep, life coach.
Life coach, there he is. Go check us out, guys. We'll see you next week. Subscribe to the channel. Send this out to all your friends who hate TikTok.
I'll be flying home soon.
We got a long flight ahead of us. We're coming in with, not baby.
Can you not say it like that? Because I feel very country.
I think that's exactly how it was said when it was named. So that's what it is. We love you guys.